Okay, guys, we made it. Happy Friday. This is episode 115 of the Homestead Shop Talk podcast with Al from Lumina Acres, Ben from Holler Homestead, and myself, Jason from Sow the Land. If you're just joining us on this podcast, it's just us three. We all individually have our own YouTube channels, and we just get together once a week and talk over the phone, and we just kind of hanging out and talk about our week and see what we did and sharing with it, you all listening. So thank you. We appreciate you guys listening. So you guys do anything crazy this week?
Just more work.
More
Yeah,
work?
just more work.
That's pretty
I,
crazy. Yeah.
I wasn't sweating my butt off this week. It's been really nice weather, so
Yes.
it's all good.
Right.
It's been exceptional weather. It was so exceptional that, oh, maybe I'll wait my turn, but I won't say just yet. But
Is
yeah,
it like colder than normal, or is it like your normal temps for this time of the year?
It's cold.
It's cold.
it's colder
Nice.
in the morning.
This is like middle of October weather right now.
Okay.
Look, like I had to bust out the hoodie the past couple mornings. Like it's down in the 50s. Like it's fantastic right now.
Yep. That's like what we've been 40s, 50s in the morning, and then we begin to this week we're upper 70s during the day, almost 80.
That's about here,
Yeah,
almost.
about what it's like here. I don't know if it got to 80 today. I know I didn't hardly break a sweat today, and I worked all day, so not gonna hate on the weather today.
It's been nice.
Yeah, no rain, but it's fine. We got a
We,
lot of rain before.
we haven't had really any rain for like probably 6 to 9 weeks. Like we've had like a little bit, but our spring that we use for watering our cattle, that's been dried up for probably 4 weeks now, and we've never seen that go dry.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Luckily, I have it set up so we can back feed our well water into it. So we got like a holding tank in the ground so we can still gravity feed down to everywhere, which is nice. So we just backfill into one of the hydrants, fill up the tank, couple of like 100 or 200 gallons every few days, and life is normal. But I'm like, man, it'd be nice to get some rain so we can see that spring running again.
Yeah, I know all of our springs are dry right now.
Who wants to go first? They're talk about their week.
Let's
I'll
hear it,
go.
Jason. Oh, okay, there you go. Al volunteered.
Go for it, Al.
So we started doing some more gutting. We started taking out the floor in the was like the bathroom in the like sitting room before. So probably a third of the house we decided to take the floor out. I've had nice maple flooring, hardwood flooring on top, which was a bummer to have to rip out. So took that all out, and then underneath that, it had 1 inch thick pine floorboards, rough sawn. Some of them are rotted, so I don't know if it was dry rot or if they were just rotted boards that were put in, and they just or like kind of rotted boards, and they were green, and they just ended up rotting while they were in place. But I'd say half of them weren't nailed in place, which was kind of crazy. So, and then once we had the hardwood floor out, trying to walk around, like you had to be careful where you stepped so you didn't break through the 1 inch thick boards.
Yikes.
I was like, man, this is crazy. So I got the 1 inch thick like boards out. Like I said, half of them weren't nailed down, and then they had sleeper logs like every 4 feet on center. Those were tenoned into the main beams, not nailed. So a lot of those, like when you were walking, like they were just going the dump, the dump, the dump, and then
Hmm.
in between those, they had 2x6 floor joists, and then so this is two houses into one. So the part of the house we were working on was original from the 1800s. And at some point, I don't think they built the house that's next to it, like original, what I was told it was a house that was brought in from somewhere else, but I have no information on it. So when they did that, there must have been a stairway that went down just into the basement area that I was working on. They patched it, and there was like main beams that were there, but they weren't there anymore. Or they were there, but they weren't needed, but they were high, and like they just floored over it at some point. I don't know who did it or when they did. I think it's been that way for a while. Um, so the floor going to the stairs was like down, and then it went back up, and then over in one spot it was down and up again. So when we got all the floor joists up and we figured everything out, what we decided to do was put new rim boards in to line it. So we set it level one way, and then I set it level going the other way, like the sides, and then I leveled off the front that way. So like everything's nice, level, and plumb. One of the beams, which is sitting on the foundation, was an inch high. So the rim joist had to be set an inch low, which is no big deal. In like 6 foot, a 6 foot stretch. So most of it was fine, a little low here and there, but at the very end, it went up an inch. And then on the same side, on the opposite end, the beam is an inch and a half low. So it was 2 inches on a level
Jeez.
and like 14 feet.
Jeez.
Dang.
But so it's kind of funny. The ironic thing is they're hand hewn beams. So I had the rim joist above or below the area where it was an inch high. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? I'm like, oh, I got a DeWalt battery operated hand planer. So I'm over there hand planing a hand hewn beam. I'm like, this is ironic. They
Uh,
made this by hand with an axe. And here I am with a battery operated planer planing it down.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm like, they would have killed for these tools back in the day, I
I
bet you.
know. That's great.
Yeah. So I mean, it was sitting on the on a stone foundation, so like it's high and it's staying there. Like I don't know how it happened or why it happened, but it's not going anywhere. So it's like it is what it is. So just plane it down.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny. But and then when we were putting up the rim joist, I ended up making the rim. So I figured out how long they needed to be, and then I put our hangers on the rim joist before I installed them. So I marked out layout and put all of my hangers up, installed it, and I installed the other side and I went, this was the first time on the crawl space. I don't think I said this on the podcast. I put one up, like the back wall, I put it up, screwed it in place, and then the next one I put going this way on the side, and then the next one I put butted up to that other rim joist and put it over. So I got everything screwed up and I'm like everything was secured nicely with huge lags and everything. And I'm like, I never checked for square. And I butted that other rim joist up after I had already put the side rim joist, so I'm an inch and a half over. I'm gonna have to, I gotta check for square now. I'm like, I'm gonna have to take everything apart and cut it back and slide it over. Well, it ended up being perfect.
oh,
So
nice.
the
Wow.
house is an inch and a half out of square, but it was to my
Oh,
favor.
man, you got lucky on
I
that one.
got lucky. But the reason why I put the back rim joist in and then I did a side one is I'm like, well, if I put the side one in, I can make sure the next rim joist in the front is plane with the back one and level. Because I knew the old beams weren't level. So I'm like, how do I figure this out? So that's why I put the side one in first, not thinking that, oh wait, I already made my main rim joist for the floor joist and put the hangers on. But I mean, it was dead on inch and a half out of square. So that worked out perfect.
That's hilarious.
I just thought that was funny. Like, oh, I couldn't have planned that any better. So then we got all the floor joists put up. That's been kind of a pain. So it's a post and beam house, the part that we're working on, and it's the second floor has they're probably like 6 by 6, 8 by 8 hand hewn beams in the ceiling for the second floor, and they were never really supported well. So as we're taking everything out, we're supporting them. But right now we're working in the basement, so I had to make a 16-foot long temporary brace to put up. And then once I get the floor joist in, I'll have to take that one back out and put a shorter one in. And so it's just kind of like it's slow going because you're having to like put a temporary brace up. Oh, nope, now I need to take that one down, make a longer one, and just they're always in the way. So the next stage after we get all the floors done, I'll have to make another wall in the basement to support the floor so that way we can have good support for the second floor, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Mm.
So I'm
Just
thinking,
reinforcing it.
yeah, we're reinforcing it because it was a main beam that they used to support for the floor, and then they had the support for the second floor off of that one. Well, it like bowed, so that there was like no support whatsoever for the second floor, and that's why the second floor floors were all wonky. There's just over time there was no bracing holding them up. You never know what you're gonna get into.
I mean, that's a long time for a house to sit and like sag and do what it wants to do over time. Like, it's a long time. That's an old house.
It is,
Sagging happens with old age.
but the
Mhm.
roof line outside is straight and level. So I'm assuming so it's got a metal roof on it and it's got a yeah, now it's slipping. It's like a standard seam metal roof. So it's like a piece of metal and then it's crimped over and the next piece of metal gets on and it gets crimped over. So the roof has to be straight and level. So I don't know if when they put the roof on if they shimmed it. You know what I mean? If they strapped it with like 2x4s and had to like shim to get it nice and straight and level. I'm not sure there, but so while we're doing stuff on the inside, we can't mess with the roof line.
Hmm.
So we got to kind of be careful that we're not changing any of the exterior lines.
You're making it perfect, Al. It's not meant to be perfect.
We're making it nice on the inside. It's not going to be perfect. It's like we got to
Yeah.
leave it on square. We got to leave stuff out of level if it's going to mess with the roof line,
Yeah.
but make it look nice on the inside.
It's got to be eyeball perfect. Yeah, that
Right.
looks good.
Oh, that looks good. It'll look good for the eye, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Yep.
pencil test, if the pencil rolls down, it's like, oh, that's too much.
So then the basement, we're going to end up doing a root cellar at some point. We're putting in an interior wall or the center wall in the basement. So that way I'm going to use that and I'm going to put maybe about half of the old original basement. We're going to do a root cellar, which will be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spray foam down there at some point, but I think we'll leave what I was thinking in the room we're going to use as a root cellar. We'll spray foam the upper 4 feet because that's our frost line. And the bottom 3 feet we'll leave exposed a stone foundation. And my thinking is having the exposed foundation on the bottom half that should help keep it like ground temperature and it should help keep it like the right moisture content that a root cellar needs to be. That's my theory. I don't know
You
if
said
it'll work,
the
but
top half is going to be insulated.
yeah, because our frost line's 4 feet deep. So I figure if I insulate, at least it'll keep the upstairs floor warm and stuff like that.
So you think that that basement would freeze?
No, but it'll be drafty because it's just a
Mm,
stone. So it's the first probably 2 feet is a big thick granite slab, and then it's all stone stacked stone below that, down 7 feet.
that's cool.
That is cool.
So I just figure if I don't insulate it, we'll just have a drafty house. We're going this far. It's like it'd be nice to have it not drafty.
Well, I saw the picture. It looks like you're in a cave.
That's today's thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Gina
looking up like you're in some kind of prison.
Gina wasn't there when I was doing for those 2 days while I was tearing everything out. She came in, I showed her, I'm like, you told me to clean house. Like, hey, and you want an open concept, you got open concept.
Yeah. I'm like, dang.
It happens when you leave me alone for a couple of days. It'll be nice once it's all done. The guy we bought it off of, he stopped over and he's like, "You don't know when to stop, do you?" I'm like, "Nope."
He's probably amazed by it all.
Or horrified.
Yeah.
Probably both at sometimes.
Does he watch your channel?
No,
Mm.
his wife does though.
Oh,
He
okay.
doesn't.
Yeah.
He stops over and gets the real life updates. Gets to see it in person.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to having a new floor and having it so it's like no bounce and level. I don't know, like when you have a house and it's got straight level floors, you never think about it.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
But then when you're walking in a house, it's like the floor bounce and it's out of level and wonky. And it's like, oh, there's just things you don't appreciate that you just take for granted. I
Yep.
would never thought a floor would be one of them.
For sure.
I feel that statement.
You felt that, I'm sure, especially with your deck out back, right?
Like it's pretty sturdy in here. Like I reinforced everything and built it back better. But I walk on that deck and the addition is like, oh, this is solid. This is flat, like perfectly flat and level.
Yep.
Yeah, you notice.
hmm Yep. That's the thing. I'm like, I could have left the floor. I'm like, but I would have known. Like, some people wouldn't have known, but I'm like, I would have known. Like, it would have been out of level and it would have been squishy. And I would have been like, I'm not going to go back after the house is all done to fix the floor. So it's like, just do it now. Otherwise, it's going to drive me nuts the rest of my life.
Yep.
You said it had maple hardwood floors
Yep.
and
And they were local.
you ripped all that out?
Yep. Had to,
You couldn't save it?
unfortunately.
Save not even just for spare wood?
No, they were just, I mean, they were nailed in so good you couldn't get it out with really damaging them.
Mm.
wood being that old, it's like super dry and just brittle when you're pulling it out.
Okay.
So, but it was, I forget, it was local. It was cool to see. They were made local, and I'm sure it was with local hot trees, which is kind of cool. It's like you don't see that nowadays.
Oh yeah.
But
Well, what made them brittle, you think? Like you think they would last for a while, forever?
well, just I mean, just like when you're prying them out, they were just splintering and splitting easy.
Oh, okay.
When I say brittle, so I don't know if it's just because they're so dry
Oh, okay.
kind of thing, but you could,
200 years old, that'll do it too.
yeah.
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 Yeah. That's cool
Those
though.
old square nails, they actually hold in pretty good.
That's cool.
You wouldn't think they would, but they do. Let's see. Do I have anything else on my list? No, it's been it. It's been a slow process, but it'll be nice once it's all done. What you get into this week, Jason?
Let's see, this week, chicken sales are going up this week. Seem like I don't know, it seemed like I think around here anyways, the like public schools went back to school. The buses are starting to go by. And so it kind of seemed like people are starting to wake up or something.
Get back into their routine.
Yeah, maybe they're coming back from vacation or I don't know. Just kind of getting back into it. And it seemed like the last couple weeks, more people are starting to buy and like inquire about, stuff and, turkeys, when are those available and stuff like that. So yeah, so
Are
we've
you
been,
pre-selling those?
yeah, we're gonna I guess
Yep.
reserve the turkeys. We haven't put it on the website yet, but I'm still kind of waiting. We still have some time, you know. One thing I hate doing is like, having people pay for something and then like turkeys are dying, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Like, so I'm just kind of waiting a little bit. We have some time here, so before
Turkeys
we,
are kind of notorious for just dying randomly anyways.
yeah, they look pretty good, but still, I'm still I'm kind of waiting a little bit. So yeah, so thankful for that. What else? So speaking of turkeys, we put our turkeys out. So we have that. We put the turkeys in the big metal coop that I got. And they've been kind of living in there while I move them, and I haven't been letting them out. So now that they're getting a little bit bigger, I put a netting around them, and I started letting them out this week. And that's how I did last year, and it seemed to work fine. I don't energize the fence. It's just two egg layer Premier One nets. I don't energize it. I guess I'm kind of afraid that the turkeys might get tangled in it because they're not very smart. So, which it holds them pretty good. These turkeys are not really known to fly. The brown turkeys, they will definitely fly, but these white ones, they'll get surprised or, if there's a loud noise or something, they'll kind of jump and flap and they might like accidentally fly over. But even if they do fly over, it's not a huge deal. Uh, the first day I put them out there, they heard me. I was out by them. They couldn't see me, but they heard me. So when they hear you, they want to go to you. So they heard me and they just basically bulldozed the net and the net bent and they just kept walking. And the next thing you know, they're looking for me, and they're very easy to herd back, I find. They're not like chickens, chickens you kind of have to get the net and they're just like crazy, but these guys are kind of like sheep in a way. So you just kind of just flap your arms and they can go in. So it's not a huge deal. I might eventually just let them be. If they're just gonna get out, I'll just let them roam around but every night I've been putting them back in that coop.
Hmm.
Just I don't know. I feel better about it than them just hanging out. So yeah, so far so good. I'm probably gonna be doing that all till November. Hmm?
This past week, a black bear ate a goat up here.
What?
Yep. And I guess I don't know if it attacked, bit, killed, but went after a 200-pound cow also.
The
Wow.
same one?
I don't know.
Mm.
The game warden said that, so I don't know if it was the same one or not, the same bear or not. But I think it has to do with how dry it's been up here. And like they've eaten probably all their berries and everything that their normal food source is. But I couldn't believe it was a black bear that did that.
Yeah, usually black bears aren't known for doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder how often that happens.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like a cow and a goat, like that seems pretty rare to me. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's
I don't
wild.
think so.
That'd be wild to see. Yeah, so we'll see with these turkeys, but so far so good. They've been
They
doing
putting on
good.
good weight.
Hmm.
Are they putting on good weight?
Seems like it. Yeah, they're starting to get their, last few weeks probably, but they're starting to eat more. I think they get restless when they're hungry.
Yep.
That's probably why they went looking for me because they were just like, feed us now.
Where's the snack man?
Right.
Yeah,
I hear the snack man. He must have food. He's hiding
yeah.
it on us. Let's go find him.
Because when I do feed them, I notice they're not as restless. They're still kind of they're just hanging out. So yeah, I just got to make sure they're fed, and they eat a lot. I mean, for that many turkeys, so
So
How many is it?
26.
A lot of turkeys, man.
Yeah. So we had 18 last year, a little bit more this year.
I wonder how much feed you'll go through just feeding those. That's a lot.
I bet you it's going to be more than 1,000 pounds, because we went through 1,000 pounds for 18 last year.
Wow. So you might be like 2,000 pounds.
Maybe. I'm hoping not that much. I'm hoping maybe another 500 pounds, maybe. I don't know. It's a
Now,
lot.
when you order your feed through your feed dealer, how long does it take for you to get it?
Usually it's the next week.
Okay, that's not bad.
No. Yeah, it's been like that. It's been pretty good. We get it pretty fast, I think, for ordering it. Yeah, so we'll see. But it hasn't been too hot out, so turkeys are fine. What else? So since it's been so nice weather, you guys ever wake up in the morning, you're having a cup of coffee and you're like, today I feel like digging a trench.
Nope.
That doesn't
Can't
cost you
say that I
money.
do. Actually, I take it back. I have actually thought about it. I need a RV hookup, and so I have actually thought, today might be the day. I better not. But the
Yeah.
weather's beautiful.
It makes you want to get out and maybe sweat a little bit. Uh, you know, it's right up there with digging a hole or putting in a fence post. Um, so there was, so when was this? I don't know when I did this. Probably in January. I ran a single electric line, like kind of on my right side of the property that I had not done before. And so I set it all up and everything to energize because it's like a separate line. It's hard to explain, but it's like a separate line than the rest of the fence. It's like an opposite direction. And I wanted it to be a separate line because my thought is if, like, say a tree fell on the left side of the fence, I could turn that section off and then the right side will still be on.
Yep.
Just, just options. It's good to have options. And so I did this, I think in January, I ran this line and it's all hooked up except I needed to trench a line. It's probably, I'm guessing it's 20 feet, maybe more than that, maybe 30 feet. So I could run a hot wire in the ground and connect it with the right side of the fence. So at the time when I first did it, I think it was in January, the ground was pretty frozen. I mean, it was one of the coldest months, I think. And honestly, I just didn't feel like trenching a line back then. I was like, I'll do this later. Well, today or this week's later. This week is it. So for some reason, I just felt like doing it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out there and trench this line because it's always been back in my head. I was like, man, I got to do that. I want to just do it just to get it done. And that's all I needed to do really is just trench the line and put some insulators on some T-posts and it's already hooked up. So that's what I've been doing the last couple days. I think it only took me maybe 30 minutes to trench. I mean, it wasn't like a huge deal. I did it in the evening, so it wasn't, it was nice and cool and the ground is not terribly hard right now. So so I was able to get it done. I'm still working on that video, but it should be out by this podcast. Um, but yeah, the start of fencing season started early.
Fencing season is here again.
Yeah, like fencing season's coming up, or is it here already? Um,
Or is it here already?
hmm
Do you have more fencing this year?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's always fencing. I mean, there's another area by our big barn that I could run a hot wire on top of the woven wire.
Yep.
I could do that. That might be the next thing, the next priority as far as fencing is concerned. And then there's always in the woods. That's going to be different because I'm sure there's going to be trees in the way. I don't know.
Putting electric in the woods like that, you almost would need it to have it set up as its own independent system of the rest of the farm, because it's a guarantee a tree is going to fall on that fence.
Hmm.
Oh, I would think so for sure. If I had hooked it up already, I mean, for sure, like that hurricane that came through, it would have just demolished my fence,
Right.
no doubt. So, but yeah, but before I do that, I'm gonna probably hire another forestry mulcher to come through and clear me some pathways and then do the fence if I end up doing it. But I mean, it's not like a super priority. It would be just to do it. So what else? I was on a podcast this week, another podcast. This lady's from Canada. She does a podcast called Dawn's Dirt.
Dawn's dirt.
Yeah, her name's Dawn. And she does weekly podcasts. Yeah, which is kind of fun. What else? So another thing I did, I've showed it in videos because I wasn't going to mention it, but I was like, no, I've showed it in videos. I have a 1960s camper, a Shasta camper. And my goal when I bought it, I think we've had it for like 4 years, and we had our old place. And my goal was that I was going to buy it and just create content around it because I felt like we had already filmed really what we wanted to film on 1.5 acres. Like I wasn't sure what to film next. Um, and so I bought this trailer, and I've always wanted one of these Shasta trailers. And I saw one online. I was like, I'm gonna get this and just redo it. So then, sure, this was before we were even thinking about moving, or even thought that we would even move. And so we bought it, and we did a few videos on it, and then we moved. And then we moved here. And next thing you know, I got no time for this thing. And it's just sitting there. And I've been going back and forth the last few years of like, should we sell it? Should, maybe we could do something with it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should renovate it, or I thought about turning it into a chicken coop. Uh, I mean, I don't know, turning it into some kind of farm stand maybe. Because the thing is cool. Like I really like it, but it takes good pictures. Um, so
Where
then
did you find that?
on Facebook,
On Facebook. It's
yeah, it's just
cool. Camper.
yeah, yeah. I've always wanted one, and it was cool. And so finally this week I was like, you know what? I'm kind of tired of looking at this thing. It's just like sitting there every time I look out the window, and it's just like I always think about it, and like I don't think I'm ever gonna have time. Meanwhile, it's just sitting there, it's just rotting away. And so I was like, I'm gonna sell it. So we decided to sell it, and I sold it the next day. I put it up,
Wow.
which I was surprised. I was actually really surprised. And the guy was, yeah, super cool. He renovates vintage campers, and he uses them. He actually uses them for his family. So I think it went to somebody good that's gonna renovate it and actually use it for what it's purposed for. So yeah, we finally got rid of it, and yeah, I just don't have the time for it.
See, what's going to happen is you're going to finish all of your fencing projects. You're going to be like, wake up one day drinking your coffee, and you're going to be like, man, I wish I had a trailer that I could
I know.
redo.
I want to buy another trailer. I want to buy another one. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, so. I'm kind of glad it's gone because now it's not in back of my mind anymore. It almost like it frees up space in my mind. Like it's not sitting there staring at me, telling me like, "Come on, come out here, work on me." I don't know. I guess I'm in that mood still of getting rid of stuff. Oh, and I also sold the wood. I had a little wood chipper that I sold this week. I used this thing maybe 4 times. I bought it brand new, and for the little bit of wood chips it gives me, and for the amount of work I put into it, I was like, man, this thing is not worth it. And I tried. I tried. I learned that the very first time I used it, and I was like, man, I shouldn't have bought this thing. It worked. It works. but for the little bit of wood chips that it gives me, it's just a lot of effort for very little. And so I used it like a few times after that, and I was just like, I want this to work, but it's just I'm just out there all day just doing this for nothing. So finally I was just like, I'm just gonna sell it. So even that, as soon as I put it up, some guy came and bought it.
Perfect.
So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, the tiny wood chipper game, that's a hard one. You never have a big enough wood chipper. Like I really like my wood chipper, but I need one that's like 10 times that size. I need to be able to fit like a 12-inch tree in there and get wood chips. But
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
No, I know. And it just, it's just one of those things where I paid a lot for it, brand new, and I just used it like a few times and sold it for hardly nothing because there's like 20 of them on Facebook right now, you know? So, which I got, I was happy to get something out of it, but, just live and learn with these things. I think if we were in the city or something, it'd probably be perfect wood chipper. I need a dump load.
Did you find any wood chips yet?
Not yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Did you try chip drop?
No. Well, they emailed me and I've been talking to them and I told them about my dilemmas. They said they were going to try to pull some strings, but those strings have not been pulled yet.
What the heck?
We'll see.
Hey, like our friend Brian got a chip drop. He got a
Yeah, he
couple
did.
couple loads of wood chips. And it's like, well, if it can happen to him,
Yeah, he
then shit.
lives, what, 15 minutes from me for 20 minutes or something, and he got it. And I was like, what? I was like, you're kidding me.
Recently?
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
recently. He texted both of us and was like, look what I got from Chip Drop. I'm like, what?
Texas bragging like, look what I got. And it's like, oh man, rub it in.
I couldn't believe it.
I
It's
couldn't
funny.
believe it either.
I went when I helped him with his chickens, and there was a bunch of wood chips there, all from Chip Drop, and I was like, okay,
He's hoarding the wood chips over there now.
I see how it is. I see how it
Yep.
is. I see how
Yep.
it
Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game, right?
is. So not yet. I got hopes. So yeah, I think that's about it. So what's up, Ben? You're still working on the house?
Oh yeah. So my list is actually pretty short. I worked on one thing from Thursday until yesterday. I built a front deck.
Said,
So
I
Ooh.
see a new post in your window.
Oh, we do see
I guess,
that.
yeah, you can see that. So
Very observant now.
I have discovered that building on this scale it, like really makes my brain happy. And planning stuff, a few steps ahead, it also makes my brain very happy. And so when we were planting our posts to support the roof, I planned out how big I wanted the porch and poured foundation concrete for the posts that, are supporting the gable that's out covering the front porch. So got the roof up, got all that stuff on, and then planted the posts. Now they're kind of out in the driveway. Like I would love to make a bigger front porch, but we lose driveway the further out we go, which is kind of a bummer. Um, so got the posts up, built the deck. Uh, it's kind of nice. The back deck, we slapped that sucker up so quick, like all the deck boards and everything. I didn't really micromanage it, and so there's some crooked boards and stuff like ends that didn't meet right, and it's fine. Like the learning opportunity that the boys got, they'll stare at those big gaps and they'll uh, they'll understand. Oh, that's why he kept saying, "Yeah, measure, get the measuring tape out. Don't just slap the boards up there." Yeah. Anyways, well, I got to micromanage this little deck that's out front, and it turned out like it's beautiful. All the boards are spaced nice. Like it turned out great, and all of the boys have come out and they're like, "This looks pretty spiffy." Like, yeah,
I mean, that's your entryway, you're going
yeah,
up and that down that thing all a day.
yep, yep. So the little, it's 5.5 feet by 8 feet. Like it's not a very big deck. It was about as big as I felt comfortable. I don't know. My whole thought was like, what if I need to get my RV out? My RV is pretty tall. I think I'll actually have to do some dirt work uh, to kind of take some of the slope out of the driveway because as it is now, I have the clearance, but if the trailer, the RV's coming by kind of on the, the slope of the driveway, I'm afraid the top of the RV would hit the gable.
Mm.
So, there's stuff like that I have to take into account. So I couldn't go very far out, but got that up. And then Saturday I started going up. I put my beams up, my support beams for the roof, and got up there. I will say this front side of the house is a lot lower than the backside because we're on a hill that just kind of tapers off, and the front is the top of the hill, and the roof peak is like 10 feet off the ground, or I guess the eaves, they're like 10 feet off the ground. So it's a heck of a lot better looking down. It's like, oh yeah, 10 feet, no problem. That would probably hurt, but I would survive. For some reason, looking down the other side where it's like 16 feet tall, it's like, I'm gonna die. I just, oof. So anyways, I got all the upper stuff going on. I started building the gable, planted my ridge beam, and then it was three rafters deep before I started getting to the roof that's already up there. It kicked my butt. Like I did all the little things that I've seen on YouTube for figuring out, your rafters. Because this is a compound miter is what you're cutting. You're cutting an angle so your rafters sit on your roof you're tying into, but then you're also shrinking, so that's another angle. And it was a pain in the butt. And I'd measure something. I'd measure it 3 or 4 times, climb off the roof, go cut my piece, hand it to one of the boys up there, and they're like, it doesn't fit. What do you mean it doesn't fit? And I get up there, oh wow, that doesn't fit. Yeah, it's like way too short. So I'd go cut another one. Get up there. Still doesn't fit. It's like, well, what the heck did I just cut? Like here's the one I just cut. Yeah, that kind of stuff. The kind of stuff where you make a mistake and you get up and you realize your mistake and it's like, I don't know how I made that mistake. If I go do it again thinking I'm doing the right thing, I'm going to make the mistake again.
Mm.
That kind of the confusing mistakes, I guess you could call them. But most of the time, anytime I start getting to where I'm making dumb mistakes, it's like, let's go have lunch, think about it for a minute, and we'll come back fresh. Came back fresh and was like, oh, duh, this is what I'm doing wrong. And we finished, we sheeted it, got the underlayment on. It came out all right. It is pretty spiffy having a covered entryway. Jason, yeah, Al too. Having a covered entryway in a place where it rains all the time is like magic. Like I can't imagine going back to not having cover over my doors. It is quite nice. Now I will say, we were talking kind of at the beginning about the lack of rain. The reason it stopped raining here is because I got my roof on. Like
That's
Right?
right.
100%. Like it rained and rained and rained. The week we were putting the roof on or trying to put the roof on, we got like 12, 13, 14 inches, something like that. We got 8 inches in one day. Like it was mad that we were trying to get this thing roofed. We
That's when
got
you
the
had
roof.
your friend up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, the week he was here, we got I don't know, it was like 5 inches of rain over that week, and then the day he was leaving, we got 8 inches just that day. And it was just like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, come on, weather.
And then when you start butchering your pigs, then it's going to rain again.
Well, maybe that's the secret. It's starting to get pretty dusty around here. It's like, man, I hope it rains soon. That's where
Yeah.
the weather's been nice. The past few mornings, I'm out there feeding. It's like, man, I should already have a pot of water going. This should this should be a lot smaller and faster of a meal.
Yeah. Start
Mm.
smoking.
Yep. So yeah, got the roof on. Actually, today I did something that I haven't done in a very, very, very long time. I don't know if you guys do this. I guess it's kind of like a mental health day. Uh, I know, Jason, you've talked about it. Cleaning is one of those things that's like really, I don't know, it makes your brain happy. And so I've gotten the drone up in the air a couple times to, film everything I got going on. And every time I get up in the air, it's like, I don't want to show this. Like I have so much trash everywhere. And it's tarps that are covering wood or tarps that used to be covering wood that are just laying there because I haven't picked them up. I've got pallets, I've got just you name it. It's a construction site. And so I just finally had enough. It was like, I can't stare at this anymore. So I got out this morning and instead of working on the house, I worked on cleaning up around the house. Grabbed the tractor, um, got a whole bunch of trash bags, and I just cleaned up. And then the boys came out, they helped, and we cleaned up trash. I pretty much cleaned stuff up all day. I think it was 3:30 before I came in. In that time, like I got the front of the house all graded out. Uh, there's, dirt piles that needed to be picked up from digging foundation holes. We use that dirt to backfill so we can get water to, run away from the house rather than under the house, that kind of stuff. Oh man,
Yeah,
it looks so much better. Yeah,
that's good.
there's still more stuff to clean. It's never ending, but it's all
Yeah.
that stuff that I don't know. I just feel embarrassed about. Like someone pulls up and it's just like, oh my gosh, I have so much junk just lying around.
Plus, you're doing the building and stuff, and it's like a after project cleanup almost.
Yeah, yeah. So did that, stopped and picked up wood chunks and trash and all that stuff. Got everything kind of organized back into, you know, single locations. I think the most awesome thing was I had kind of down the driveway set up as staging for all my lumber. It's 16-foot bunks of lumber take up a lot of space. And I mean, I had probably 12 bunks of lumber in here. I'm talking plywood and all the rafters and studs and all that stuff. Like it was a bunch of lumber. And so I just had tarps everywhere. I had dunnage for setting all this stuff on to keep it off the ground. And as we used it all up, the tarp gets left on the ground, and so does the wood that it was, sitting on to keep it off the ground. Hmm. Picked it all up, got it all gone. Uh, I almost got the mower out and mowed around where all that lumber was because it was just like grass is now,
That's
this
good.
tall, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, felt really good. Uh, I will say tomorrow I get to play in the concrete. I've got to pour a couple like pads for my front steps to land on.
Oh, nice.
Man, I'm sick of doing the concrete. Like just when I think I'm done with concrete, it's like, oh wait, I have one more little thing I got to do some more concrete. So,
Professional now.
man, it's a bunch. So, yep, that's where I'm at. It's
Can't wait to see it, man, in person.
you're gonna have to come over.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but there's acquaintances we have that are kind of regulars around here, like the mail lady. We have our meter reader guy. Well, both of them came and saw it today. Uh, our meter reader usually rolls up around the beginning of the month, and he's just this old country boy. And he pulls up and he's like, "Man, you guys didn't have this much done a month ago when I was here." And he was kind of commenting. He's like, "I like your front deck. That looks really nice." It's like, "You got to see the back deck." I was like, "Oh, let's go see it." So we walked around. He walked out on the back deck and he's like, "Oh, wow. I like this."
That's
Well,
cool.
then, later in the day, our mail carrier, she shows up and she's like, "Have I really not been up here in that long?" She's like, "I swear I was just here a couple weeks ago and you didn't have all this done." It's like it's been a busy, busy month. And so I brought her around and showed her the deck and she got all excited. She's like, "Oh my gosh." She's like, "Who cares about living space? Look at this deck. Like, you can have
Yeah,
parties out here." She got all excited. It was kind of funny.
that's fun.
But it's all the locals that they don't listen to our podcasts or YouTubes or anything like that. They just know us because
Yeah,
they're our mail carrier and meter
right.
reader.
That's fun.
But it's always kind of cool.
Yeah. It's a country, small town. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and Everybody loves the porch, the great big deck on the back. Everybody says the same thing. Like, oh man, think of the parties you could have out here. And it's like, yeah, and it could rain during a party and we don't have to stress out.
Heck yeah,
So,
man.
so yeah, it's good. It's feels good to have it all starting to get buttoned up. Like it's all starting to come together and it feels nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I got on my list.
I had a question for you guys. Maybe you can help me out. I just thought of it. But so I've been thinking about redoing my barn, my big 90-foot barn roof, all that metal. Like I'm pretty sure that, well, I know you can, but that metal, like you could just rip it with your hands. Like it's so thin. So at first I was thought about like it'd be nice to just put a new metal roof on there, but like rip out the old stuff, put a new one on. But then I thought, what if I just buy a new metal roof and just put it on top of that roof? Do you think that's
I think
wise?
the stuff you've got up there is 5V, right? I think that's what it's
Hmm.
called. If you could find a match, like absolutely, why not? Do you have to worry about like electrolysis or anything happening between the two?
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was trying to think the benefits of doing it and not doing it, but
You have to probably take all the nails or screws out of it before you put something else on top of it.
you think so? Because it's all nailed in.
Well, I guess the nails stick up much. That would be the only thing.
I don't, I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I want to say that the nails are on the hump, the high
Mhm.
side. They're not on the low side of the middle. So I don't know if that would,
That'd be my only concern if you put another piece of metal on top of it.
maybe it's something I could just
We'll
buy
just
one
test it.
and see what it looks like.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking that,
That'd definitely save you some time. And
yeah,
then you got, a little bit thicker roof up there.
right. I mean, that
I,
stuff is thin as it is. So, it would put a little bit more weight on it. But because, yeah, also because it's nailed, I'm probably going to have to like saw it all out, like the
mm,
metal. Like the chances of me just getting a hammer and popping those nails off is probably not going to happen.
you gonna try to do that roof yourself?
I was, yeah. I mean, I don't know. And I also thought, well, I would probably get, because I think it's from the top of the roof to the bottom, that whole length is like, I think it's around 22 feet. You think it'd be better to have one long 20-foot, 22-foot piece?
I think so.
I think so.
Because right now it's two pieces, like an 8-footer and a 16-footer, just overlapped.
Yep.
I mean, place we bought our roof metal from, they can make it as long as you want it. You want a 40-foot piece, um, they can do that. Just shipping that's going to be a nightmare. But I mean,
Well, we always get ours cut to length. Like we could just go to the local lumber yard. They order it and they get it shipped, and then they just bring it on their truck and unload it for you right there.
It seems, I don't know, better to install
Yep.
or faster, I guess, right?
Yep.
definitely be easier.
Hmm.
I don't know.
But
You said it's nailed in the ridges, like the double V. I assume it's like right there in the double V.
Mm, yeah, on the high side though, on the high, not in the channel.
That's weird.
the only other thing you could do is you could restrap it right over the metal roof.
What do you mean?
Put wood strapping on top of the old metal roof, and then put your new roof on top of that if you didn't want to take the old roof off.
Then it'd be like a gap there, or you
Mhm.
could. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it'd be like an air gap.
Yep.
Hmm.
They sell closer strips. We're gonna put them on ours. It's just a foam, kind of like a gasket that matches your metal
Yeah,
shape. I assume they probably make them for a 5V too, but that'd be kind of interesting. You kind of insulate. What would that be like a 1R value?
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I for sure would put a brand new ridge cap. I think it really does need a ridge cap because the one it has there, it's pretty narrow. Like I think it needs to be a little bit wider. So for sure that would be brand new. But I don't know, just my thoughts. I'm trying to how to tackle that. And maybe not do it all in one shot. Like if I did it that way, just do a few at a time here and there, and then eventually it'll all be done. But I don't know.
Buy you a harness, Jason.
Yeah, strap me in. Yep.
No, I borrowed my neighbor's harnesses for when we get up here and sheet this. A little bit of peace of mind goes a long ways.
Oh, you did wear a harness then.
Oh, heck yeah. Well, not for underlayment,
Oh
but
yeah.
when we're putting on the metal, yeah, we're absolutely going to be wearing harnesses.
Mm,
Or at least whoever's up there running the screw gun, standing on the metal,
yeah.
that's definitely going to be.
Right.
I don't think the boys really care. They're like, yeah, no big deal. And it's this old man over here that's just like, oh, you youngsters, you're gonna
Yeah.
fall.
You better be safe, you know?
I feel like I'm
Jeez.
turning into Safety Sally.
Well, I mean, if you're just going up there like one time just to do something real quick, but then if you're hanging out up there doing a whole roof, it does seem like I don't know how these guys do it. I just passed by a house today. This morning, I passed by this house. These guys, these Mexicans were tearing off this roof. I passed by, same house. It was like 1 o'clock. They were done. I was like, yeah, I was like, they're getting it done.
Yeah,
It amazes me.
there's a house. I don't know. It's like down the street, around the corner, and this is like a 12-12 roof, so it's like an A-frame, really, really steep. Same thing. It's like a crew of like a dozen
Hmm.
guys, and I was running errands. I go by and they're starting to tear off at like 8 in the morning. I come back at like, or maybe I had to go back out. I had to go, I forgot something. I had to run back out and it's like 1 o'clock, same thing. And they're stacking shingles up there. Like they're already starting to put the roof back. I was like, are you kidding
I'm
me?
here with
Yeah.
DJ from Roof Hugger and DJ. Explain what your
Hold on a
product does,
second.
please. Right,
What's
so
that, Al?
Just researching stuff for you. I thought it was a picture, but it was a video. They call I was trying to figure it out, but I don't know if it's for different metal, if you got to get for different, because you said you had the double V.
Hmm.
They have a thing called a roof hugger, and it's for exactly what you want to do. Put a metal roof on top of another metal roof.
A roof hugger?
Yeah.
Hmm. I'll look it up. Yeah. Just some ideas. I have my little barn that I have too. It's a little barn. It was built pretty much the same way. I thought about just redoing that little barn first, just to kind of see how it goes to get my feet wet and then tackle the big roof after that.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could do something like you said, like over it, so that way you could just do some sheets here and there, and you don't get your whole roof exposed at once.
That's my thought.
Yep.
Then I thought, there's probably stuff you could roll on, some kind of sealant.
Yep. Like a rubber membrane, like a liquid rubber membrane almost.
Yeah, I thought about that, but then I was like, I bet you. And then maybe say like later on, I decide to rip it all out. I mean, it would be probably harder to rip out
Yep.
because I put that stuff on.
You wouldn't be able to see the nails anymore.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, man, it's probably gonna be a nightmare to rip that stuff off.
Flex Seal, that's what you need. You need some
Yeah.
Flex Seal.
Lots of it.
Buy it by the 55-gallon drum.
It's probably like $1,000.
That stuff works for about 2 months. I
Mm,
tried putting that stuff on the roof of our RV. Yeah, you're supposed to put a rubber paint stuff up there like once a year. And so it
yeah.
was like, I'll try this Flex Seal stuff. I put that stuff up there and, followed the directions. That stuff washed off in like a month and a half. Like you could see the
Wow.
black color of the rubber underneath. So I spent the money on the RV rubber roof paint
Yeah.
stuff and it lasts for a year. It's
Hmm.
good stuff. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Flex Seal.
Yeah.
Now they'll probably reach out and want to sponsor the podcast or something like that.
Probably. That's how it
Send us
works.
send us a case of Flex tape and
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
All their stuff.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I think I still need to research that. Well, cool, guys. I think that's about it, huh? So, yeah, we appreciate everyone hanging out with us today and listening to the podcast. Hopefully, everyone has an awesome week and enjoy this weather. And we'll see you guys next week.
Have a good week, everyone.
Later, everybody.